welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Heroes of the Storm Super League, sponsored by Hot 6, hosted by OGN. We are live here in Kintex, and this is super exciting. We already have a bit of an upset here.
Yep, so far DK up 2 games on MVP Black. I didn't think anyone was thinking this was going to happen to start things off.
Well, we're going into Tomb of the Spider Queen here for Game 3. No doubt this is actually DK's pick because you would expect that more important than the map is actually first pick, so MVP Black will likely be taking that. Going into Game 3, now this map is the Koreans' favorite map to watch because we see ganking heroes, we see Kerrigan, we see a lot of action on the map because it's so small. We see a lot of Azmodan on this map as well to grab those stacks and of course to push multiple lanes.
Yeah, the lanes are close enough, so an Azmodan that's wanting to stack his Globe of Annihilation will have a much easier time on this map. But it is a very aggressive map in general because of how much line of sight blockers there are, how close together the lanes are. We'll see a lot of rotating sort of compositions that will try and take map control early.
DK has been known to run Tassadar on this map. We'll see if they decide to do that today. One of their specialist heroes they've already shown us in Game 1. Well, the boss on this map is really far away from everything. It's one of the furthest away points, so it's important to note where the opponent's team is when they go for that. But it's a risky boss to take. You can get caught in there very easily.
Yeah, absolutely. A big all-incident move if you're going to go for the boss on this map. You really want to do it on the back of a big team fight win more than anything else.
We saw briefly there, for those who can't read, Korean MVP is 3-0 on the map, whereas DK is 2-1. We've seen this map in almost every day of competitive play, even starting from the group stage, just because it's so neutral. Yeah,
you normally see that it goes from like bigger maps to slightly smaller maps to the small maps in terms of how the map pool kind of goes during these best of games.
Yeah. Insta Jaina ban here for MVP Black and an Insta Sonya ban as things have been going. Would expect to see an Uther picked up. Let's see if DK wants to do something crazy.
Nope. Same as last game so far, and I can't blame him. It did fantastic work, and they controlled the entire game. But starting with those initial bans, a lot of respect from both sides as well.
You know, Johanna is really favored on this map along with Lyric for lane pushing, which is so important because she can also collect gems quite freely with her escapes, and she's not really worried about ganks just simply because she can get out of almost anything.
Yeah, she certainly has that lane clear with the Condemn. I'm sure we're going to see that Condemn build come again as well from Noblesse.
Yeah, it's the most popular in Korea. We see every now and then, you know, someone switches it up. Every now and then you see on this map even the regen build, but there's the Azmodan pick I was talking about. Leoric into Azmodan here.
Okay.
And that's a great wave clearing duo.
Yeah, that goes hand in hand. A skeletal swing into Globe of Annihilation. Boom. You got a lot more stacks for your Azmodan.
Yeah. Let's see what DK wants to ban here. Again, Black bringing the combo, the trio of different roles together, so it doesn't look like they're building any comp together except the combo they already have with Lyric and Azmodan, and that's already set. You could go ahead and ban another tank here or a damage dealer you think that Black is going to like to use, but with Jaina already banned, it's a tough ban here for DK. They're really going to have to think about this. Healer's off the table, of course, because Black already grabbed Uther.
That's right. Didn't have to worry about that one, but yeah, I'm sure they're going to be, I guess they kind of look out for another ban. Maybe, do you think they'd ban out Zeratul this time, considering how ineffective he's been so far?
Well, they did anyways.
I guess they will. I mean, like, MVP Black have been picking him up again and again, so it makes sense. You know what? They like it. Let's get rid of it.
Now, this does take away some of Black's flexibility here. You know, if this was Snake, you might want to ban a flex pick like Kerrigan here because Orioman is so good with Kerrigan, but with these two teams, they kind of stick to the standard ways of playing this map. If we see a Tassadar ban here from Black, I think it would be crazy. I don't think DK is going to run him today. We have seen it before.
I don't know if the composition kind of...
It doesn't really warrant it yet.
If there was a Zeratul picked up, it would make sense that you'd ban out Tassadar, right? But this kind of situation, I don't know if it's necessary.
Could see a Zagara ban here. Would not mind it at all.
Zagara very powerful on this map. I'm sure we're going to see at least one specialist picked up for DK. Maybe the Sylvanas probably going to be the first choice there, so maybe Black might be looking at that one to get rid of it.
Yeah. We will see. There's a lot of debate here on Black's side about who they want to ban for the last one. I think a damage dealer is definitely the best thing to ban here, and they're going to take Sylvanas away.
That makes sense. You know, she did a lot of work last game. That wailing arrows just lined it up beautifully, and she's got so much pushing potential and wave clearing on a map like this that they're very important traits to have on a hero. So now they're going to have to sit back. Maybe they will go for Zagara this time.
I think DK grabbing Zagara and Arthas here is super terrifying. You know, you have another damage dealer, you have Vision with the Creep Tumors, you have your Maw for those engages, then you've got Arthas to follow up the Maws, as well as the Condemns that we've been seeing from Noblesse time and time again.
Yeah, you know what, I wouldn't mind seeing either a Specialist and Malf, or, as you said, Specialist or Zagara? I guess, I mean, Zagara is a Specialist, but...
Right, you mean like another Specialist, because Zagara is a Specialist, but
like
she's mostly like a damage dealer overall as a
either
role.
going to be a tank and Malfurion, or a Specialist and Malfurion is what I'm trying to say, but my brain won't let me.
I see what you're saying. I feel like they can wait for Malfurion for the last pick, since Black already has a healer. But they could also take Malfurion early like this to get more time, because they're clearly not sure what they want to do.
More time, and you know, they want to save that last pick as a reactive pick. So they kind of like get what they needed, what they're expected to, and they have that one last pick just in case MVP Black throws in something crazy at the end.
That's a really good point that you make, a response. They're just going to show their hand to a little bit that they are kind of waiting for a defensive pick.
Arthas.
There's Arthas.
Looks like they want to go up 3-0. I mean, we haven't seen SC lose with that hero yet. 8-0 so far.
8-0.
Looking for that 9-0 now.
All right, let's see what Black is going to bring us here. Still missing their secondary tank as well as a second damage dealer. Their comp really warrants kind of a standard pick here like Zagara, and perhaps even an Uberak going into their final secondary tank.
Yeah, let's see if they do want to go for that secondary. Or they want to stay as one. They have been, you know, inclined to stay as one so far, and there's that Reyna. And they got one last choice here. So they got the range damage. They got the Specialist with Asmodan, pushing power there.
Really like Hyperion on this map as well, just for his pushing power and also the zoning over the capture points or the turn-in points for those gems.
We could see a Tyrael.
Tyrael is pretty strong.
Wouldn't be a bad choice at all in this kind of situation. They got a lot of squishy targets to focus on, but it is also a double tank composition from DK.
That's true. I'd rather see an Uberak here. They're really thinking about it. When MVP Black thinks this much on their 5th pick, you're always expecting something crazy.
I feel like it might even be a Muradin, to be honest.
Muradin's not a bad choice here.
Bad choice at all. Got to find something that's going to do well against Johanna and Arthas, and boom.
There it is. Good prediction there. Notice Arthas' win rate is 19-9. 8 of those 19 is on SC. And there's that Zagara we've been seeking this entire game. Finally coming out as the 5th pick here for DK.
Yeah. Kind of the last pick there. No, Zagara not really a hero they have to worry about till the end either. Never banned out, never picked first. It's kind of those specialists you get the backseat on if you have to, especially if a Sylvanas has been banned out already.
I feel like some key heroes here for MVP Black, Zeratul and Asmodan. Can they make that composition work? And on the side of DK, can we see SC control his Arthas as well as we've seen? Can he gank well with him? He seems insanely strong on that hero, and I think it's really scary for MVP Black to go up against it. I personally like the draft of DK more going into this 3rd game.
I agree. I'm certainly looking at this, and DK have really found their stride, and they're bringing out the old guns now, the ones that they haven't lost with yet.
Well, let's go into game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. This is the grand finals of the Heroes Super League going into Spider Queen map. Going into game number 3, DK with a 2-0 lead. It is MVP Black who spawns on the blue side, and DK will spawn on the right side. Let's jump into this one.
All right, let's see how aggressive these teams are going to play early on. If you thought it was aggressive on the last map, Dragonshire, this one just a little bit more so. So you have a look at the lanes, they're a little bit closer. The line of sight blockers, though, are the ones that really are going to open up the aggression here to the team that wants to rotate the most.
All right, here we go. Just setting up here with some creep tumors. Just poking, not actually committing. SC's looking for a Howling Blast if he can find one. And notice that MVP Black really respects that. They're basically being zoned out. They're going to step back, try to push those waves back with the range damage. and not get up too close where they're vulnerable.
Yeah, the range damage though is just a little bit more even this game than we have seen in the previous ones. MVP Black, oh, hold that thought there. They're gonna go for the initiate here.
Oh, look at that combo again. Noblesse getting that condemn into the
Sake.
Howling Blast.
I think Sake might be the target here, but everyone coming up from behind. Looks like DK really committing hard to this. Actually, are they going to get payoff from it? Looks like Sake will go down.
Down he goes, and now DK is going to jump in on top of Meride as well. He will escape that Howling Blast.
Oh, lockdown though. He does get locked down. Kyocha running for his life as well. This is a level 2 fight. They can't go anywhere near the towers or they will just lose too much HP, but still, finding 2 kills this early on is an amazing thing.
That was a pretty huge win here for DK. You could see they already have a massive EXP lead. I feel like Sake was trying to do what we saw him do versus Snake up at the top lane on Sky Temple, just trying to Rainer his way out of that one, but it did not happen.
Yeah, he unfortunately took too much damage too early on to really buy enough time. Great rotation from DK this early.
And they're looking for it again. Noblesse is not afraid. He's going to come in here and jump on top of these heroes. The Howling Blast to follow it up again. SC from the north, and down goes Kyocha easily. Noblesse will fall as well, but it's going to be maybe even a 2 for 3. Meride barely goes down. Nice quill there. Crazy moving will go down as well, though.
Still, it could potentially more going down. SC very low. Finds that Howling Blast though, and an Entangle to follow it up to keep him alive. Big trades early on there, and not too far apart in experience regardless.
I feel like that could have gone a lot better for DK had they not gotten so greedy and gone for that second kill.
Yeah, they certainly got a little too greedy there, trying to make up for it, and a little too much damage on their Johanna. Noblesse just a little too forward, I think.
He's never afraid, as you could see.
Oh, yeah.
Double condemns, go on the condemn build as you predicted.
No surprise there, and once again, putting on the aggression. It's all about landing that Howling Blast, and then they got such follow-up, such lockdown on this team.
33 gems to 30 is still very even gem game at this point in time. And Azmodan continuing to push lanes from afar, only being about a quarter of a level down in experience.
Is that Globe of Annihilation? They're trying to build on the Azmodan. He's got the trait for it. As he kills more, it does more damage.
Yeah, he's got 22 last we saw extra bonus damage.
More and more trades here, but a significant experience lead already for DK once again. We're seeing this every single game so far.
Zagard does go for damage at her level 4 talent, which will give her the ability to get extra damage and have a little bit of extra range on her auto attacks, making her a lot bigger of a damage dealer.
Here we go again. Big collapse from the top onto mid, but not really finding a lockdown.
Yeah, Noblesse misses the condemn, and so it's just going to have to be a disengaged sniper. Needs to be very careful with how far forward he gets. He's got no protection right now.
Just constant rotating here. DK, the ones really applying the aggression, they're the ones that are going to be hitting level 7 first if the experience keeps going their way. It's going to open up even more aggression, even more map control.
All right, well, we do see SC gets caught here for just a moment. Missing a Howling Blast. Good dodge here by MVP Black, and I think DK is going to have to disengage, although Noblesse comes from behind. He's always the re-engager. Goes for a second condemn.
Yeah. Well, hold that thought. Looks like they will get out just. No follow-up there with the stun, but still, you know, they're getting an experience lead here. They're going to be hitting level 7 first. They're trying to keep lane control.
Not only do they get level 7 first, but they just did so much damage that it's going to be hard for MVP Black to actually stop their turn in here. I think they're going to try to grab one, just simply because they have such a hit point lead. Although, with a few wells here, MVP Black is rotating back around. Noblesse never going to win this fight versus Sign.
Jaehyun in a bad place, going to be going down. Malfurion really out of position here, and everyone else is going to have to get out.
Yeah, Noblesse getting insanely low, nearly killed there by Uth. We do see that they just have to disengage. Crazy moving, doing some sick damage there at the end, but that was Noblesse again being a bit too hasty. You know, he jumped in to fight a Leoric 1v1 as Johanna. As long as Leoric hits his Drain Hope, you were never going to win that fight.
No, certainly not. Just a little overzealous there, maybe overconfident after those 2 pretty one-sided games. They're looking at this one, and they've already got a great start, but they still got to be careful. This game can turn around very, very quickly, very easily. No real lead just yet for either side.
A huge gem lead here for DK, but it doesn't matter unless they have all 50.
7 more, and they're going to be fighting before then as well. Howling Blast with a big miss.
Yeah. And Noblesse uses his first condemn on a wave. Second condemn comes up. It's nothing. They're going to have to rotate away. They just want to pressure this turn-in point to make sure that Black cannot have their own turn-in.
Oh.
Big stun on Sniper here, but there's no follow-up.
Oh, that Glaive of Annihilation did a lot as well, but it looks like Lockdown going to be the target here. Oh.
Gets locked down by that Howling Blast, he does, and Noblesse comes up for the follow-up here. It's a lot of lost gems for MVP Black. They do recover the majority of them, but a scary moment there nonetheless.
And that could open up enough time for DK to actually get the hand in and trigger those Web Weavers.
Sniper's going for it. Here comes Merryday to deny, but it's going to cost him some hit points. Hydra goes down, and there you go. MVP is actually going to be the one that gets it first, so a big commitment to try to get that turn in, but MVP is sending just one hero to deny and having that big turn in potential.
You know, it's not the end of the world either, because, you know, as every other map, the objectives do scale. The later you get it, the stronger they are going to be, and that's also a thing that's very relevant on this map. So I'm sure, you know, they missed out on that initial hand in, but it's not going to really put them too far behind.
And this map was changed, you know, fairly recently, so it scales a lot better in the late game, especially. Early game, not so much. Gocha getting very low here and gets condemned. Howling Blast does not connect. The second condemn will go off, but he still escapes.
The amount of condemns that just went off is ridiculous, and it's going to be a very relevant thing on this map because there's just so many minions during these fights that are happening, especially when the Web Weavers are active.
Yeah.
It's triggering that cooldown again and again.
You basically have like a 1 second cooldown on it multiple times.
It's just insane.
But these Web Weavers are going to find a little bit for MVP Black. They're going to try to catch up in EXP, in fact, evening it up basically, as both teams will nearly get their heroics at the exact same time. Noblesse, again, just going to go for multiple condemns. There's the first one. There's the second one.
Cleaning everything up, and they do get their heroics first. Can they actually make a fight of it?
I don't think so.
Sign really out of place right now, but he does have that Wraith walk to escape whenever he wants.
Now both teams are fully up and running for heroics. We do see Raynor actually takes Raynor's Raiders again, I believe.
So wants that single target damage, it seems, but hold that thought. Looks like you're actually seeing Malf get caught out again.
A perfect Dwarf Toss there by Lockdown to trap him there and then stun him and then finish him off quickly. And this means no tranquility in the fight. A very big problem here for DK, which means these lanes can be pushed. And it looks like Black is going to turn in again. They don't quite have enough gems for a second turn in, but they're getting very close.
I think they just have enough now.
Do now.
They just very have enough. Like, they got 35 remaining, so they should have enough. 10 remain. And if they get it all, they're going to have another Web Weavers, which is going to be a huge advantage this time around, because they're actually getting some experience lead here.
Someone has 8. Sake has 9. Okay, he's going to go for it. If he grabs this turn-in, it's going to carry the momentum going into this third Web Weavers. And there you go. They've got it.
Got it again, and still so many gems on the side of DK, sitting at 74. They're just trying to find space to hand them in, which is going to be the problem, especially when you've got like Globe of Annihilation flying to a hand-in point.
You got to be really careful about positioning versus that as well, because that will do a ton of damage, especially if everyone is all lined up and together. So let's see how much damage the second Web Weavers gets done. We'll see if it can actually push down one of these forts, because as it is, all 6 are still remaining.
Much better chance this time around. This could be the momentum that MVP Black need to bring it back into the series. You know, they're certainly looking like they will get level 13 first. It's going to give them that talent tier advantage and give them a much stronger mid-game.
Well, with these Web Weavers coming up, all the lanes were pushed from the previous Web Weavers. So this Web Weaver starts right on top of these turrets, right on top of these forts. So one down already here. And they look to rotate around and even party bush next to this Bruiser camp. And DK, if they walk into this trap, are going to be hurt.
Yeah, but they expected, they had that creep tumor there, and here we go with the big fight. Great positioning for DK.
Almost looks like MVP Black wanted to bait that. They wanted them to get to see it and go for the attack.
Seemed that way. Well, let's see how this ends up. Looks like they cleared the lanes instead, get rid of that last Web Weaver.
They're just collecting gems, pushing the lanes in. Like you said, the level 13 is basically upon us here for MVP Black.
If DK want to fight, they have to fight now. They cannot wait another second, or they will be fighting a talent tier down.
And it looks like MVP Black is just going to avoid that. They're going to try to prevent a fight. They do take their own bruisers, DK does, and that's going to allow them to push the bot lane a little bit more strong.
More and more gems being handed in for MVP Black as well. They don't have enough so far, but still, you know, just building that momentum already, so they will eventually have enough and push this even further in their favor. Look at the talents that are being picked up at level 16. Nothing out of
Giant
the
killer
ordinary.
for Rainer, which means that Arthas and Johanna are not going to last as long as they'd like to.
Yeah, he's going to get scary at level 20 when Nexus Frenzy comes online, but hold that thought.
Noblesse grabs Sake here, and he's not going to have much of an escape. In fact, just going to try to play Ring Around the Rosie here with these Banshees. But look at this body blocking here by SC. He is certainly going to go down. No way to escape, and that costs them about 11 gems, it looks like there.
And a lot of damage as well. Might even be giving up some map control here. They're still clearing every lane. So many lanes have been pushed up thanks to those web weavers. And maybe they can finally get a hand in, sitting at over 100 gems now.
Ooh, Noblesse trying to zone for Sniper to get that turn in, but it just did not happen. Good deny there by Sniper and Merryday. Just constantly harassing these turn-in points is Azmodan.
See that damage on Crazy moving? That was from a Globe of Annihilation, just one hit. So it's getting out of hand at this point.
You have to be very careful.
And
They're still trying for this, but they're just not able to get it.
Yeah, they're not finding one single hand, and just way too much presence from MVP Black, way too much pressure.
109 gems in total. Many of these players having above 30 gems. Sniper with 42 in one character, a squishy character at that in Zagara. Okay, looks like Lockdown wants to go for it. He will stun Zagara. He's healing already though, and even with that Globe of Annihilation. Here's a big engage though. Sign coming around.
Uh-oh, Kyocha might be the one going down. Divine Shield goes down there.
Keeping him alive, SC trying to put that damage off. It looks like Kyocha will fall first, but still a good position here for MVP Black. Oh, but the Ma turn things around.
Big turnaround there, gonna give him a breath of fresh air, and so much damage gonna go down, but still SC the first to drop.
Yep, and Noblesse trying to kite back here. And it looks like it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade at the end of all things. I would give a slight advantage to DK in that fight because they do keep the lanes pushed during this engage, and they can actually now rotate down to finally perhaps get their first turn in, maybe not.
Oh no, not again. Malfurion for the third time this game, getting caught out.
That cannot continue to happen.
That is big mistakes coming in from their healer, Jaehyun.
But if you look at things, they did sneak a turn in during this. You know, it was Noblesse who was able to get that in, so they are going to have the Web Weavers for the first time. But this set of Web Weavers is going to be mostly even or defensive, just simply because all the lanes are being pushed during this death.
Yeah, and I mean, they lost so much presence on the map, losing their support like that in such a bad way right when it was activated. So they're going to lose a lot of time, a lot of potential for a decent team fight. Not to mention they're now down half a level again.
All right, Howling Blast misses here again. And down goes the first Web Weaver, the second one down, and the third one is going to be eliminated in just seconds. So very little damage done, not damaging any structures with this push. Blessed Shield, though, coming in, and boom, down goes Rainer in seconds, and that's all the damage gone, essentially, for auto attacks here for Black.
Yeah, that was an instant blow up. Beautifully done there, well timed, great initiate with that Blessed Shield. Let's see if they can go for a little bit of building damage now, maybe try and even up the experience difference, because we're sitting, MVP Black sitting at almost level 16.
Yeah, and with a double turn-in, they will actually have their second set of Web Weavers, going to the fourth one this game. And with top being pushed so hard, that top will definitely go down. The support will certainly fall, at least to the Web Weavers if these heroes rotate around. And Black is trying to find an option here. It looks like they're going to try to push the lanes to delay these Web Weavers and then maybe try to take for a gank. They're actually even chasing Noblesse right now.
They have to be so careful, because I think what's going to happen, once this fort has been dealt with, which it has, they're going to rotate down to mid. And if we see heroes from MVP Black out of position, they could simply just go down.
Like Lockdown, he gets condemned. There's no follow-up, though. Stun goes down on Noblesse to save him. And it looks like Sign is going to be able to Wraith Walk away. But this rotation gives them a win basically on 2 heroes, so they can actually continue to push the mid lane. And every lane got pushed. All cannon towers are now down.
Every lane got pushed there. Equal in experience. Once again, they caught up on that talent tier. They're much better suited for a team fight now. Everything kind of being evened out, if not in favor of DK all of a sudden.
Almost all heroics are online. Azmodan's coming up in just a moment, and then they will be. So another moment here we could have a big team fight. Gems almost dead even, 83 to 65.
Oh, Lockdown going to be the initial target here, taking some damage. Double Hydralisk on him as well, so he has to rotate out.
Really love that double Hydro spell, especially on this map because it's so short.
Did you see that globe? It just did so much damage.
Yeah, Noblesse going to have to hang in there. Getting Drain Hoped as well. And this could be an opportunity for MVP Black to set up a team fight, eliminating some of these tumors. Sign is going to continue to push this lane and tries to grab a drain on Noblesse.
They're always fighting into such horrible places. Kyocha are actually really forward. It looks like they're going to be working on Sniper, but hold that thought,
Oh,
Kyocha.
man. Kyocha has to be divine shielded, but he comes right back into the fight as soon as that happens. Sniper doing damage from behind, trying to grab him. And Raiders getting uncontested damage onto SC. Down he goes. And nobody is in that maw.
No one is in that more. Lockdown trying to chase down Sniper, getting pretty low himself with a big heal. And Noblesse on retreat, he has to survive. He has so many gems.
So many gems, 38 in fact. And they are going to push down this fort instead of going for the chase. Oh, nearly hitting Sniper there to stop the recall, but it's not going to happen.
Nearly got that slam dunk. And a great fight for MVP Black. So back and forth this game. MVP Black really rallying after those first 2 matches.
DK is going to try to take these bruisers, a risky choice. It is going to cost them another turn in here for MVP Black. Now notice almost all the lanes are pushed, especially top lane, onto that fort. So that means when these web weavers come, they're going to be very scary, very pressuring. And if any, at this point in the game, now at 16.5 minutes, if any fight goes MVP Black's way, they can just go for a boss.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It's going to be so hard with these lanes pushed to try and defend that.
And the web weavers actually do quite a bit of damage to heroes as well with their AoE blast.
Yeah, if you let them sit there and cast that in front of you, you're going to take a lot of damage.
So it helps zone in those fights.
This is such an important web weaver as well, because look how close they are to level 20 at this point. They're level 18 to level 17, almost up an entire level. So they're going to get those Storm Talents online a lot before DK, and we've seen every other game, DK kind of having that advantage going into the late game.
Okay, Sign and Meriday jumping in here onto Noblesse. Lockdown comes in as well. They really want him here. I don't know if it's going to be worth it with 2 people being caught in Maw, and Lockdown will get blown up here.
That's a big turnaround, and it looks like Noblesse is going to stick around, but gets blown up right at the end there.
Yeah, jumping in way too far, and now Raiders doing a ton of damage. Crazy moving, needs to kite back. A Howling Blast will save them for now, a 1-for-1 trade for 2 of these tanks. But I feel like the better damage is going to go to MVP Blacks in this case because they have Rainer at the back, they've got those Raiders, and they also have all that Globe of Annihilation damage for Kyocha.
And not to mention those web weavers pushing every single lane at the same time.
All shall burn on top of this keep, and they're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of damage here. Kyocha getting pretty low though, got to be careful.
Good zoning. Now they're just going to move back here.
Taking some damage here. They should move back pretty soon. They got to be very careful of Johanna coming back and then just going for a team fight.
Despite all those blown up gems that we saw multiple times for DK, they still have 94 gems left. So they're definitely going to be wanting to get a turn in. This is something that MVP Black knows, and they don't have enough gems to get their own turn, so they're going to posture defensively. Again, a win and a fight, an overwhelming win gives them boss.
Sniper's got to be so careful here. Using a very nice defensive Howling Blast, and they should move back and regroup. If they're going to look for a team fight, it's got to be before 20, or they're just going to have to be off the map until they actually catch up and experience down an entire level at such a critical time.
Level 20 is so close. It's on the horizon here for MVP Black. Yeah, that's going to give them so many talents. Like, it's going to give Uther the ability to resurrect.
Redemption,
that's right.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, 2 lives. Is such a powerful thing. Storm Talents in general, they're all so powerful and game-changing.
And here they are, they're online. Bolt coming out for Azmodan, Redemption. We actually see the Spectral Leech coming out for Leoric as well, which really helps you turn the fight with auto attacks, and Nexus Frenzy for Rainer.
Oh yeah, so much damage now.
Uh-oh, Noblesse getting a bit ahead of himself. He has to use that skin to run away.
Yeah, they have to play so defensive for an entire level. Can they survive is the next question. I mean, they just kind of have to stay off the map and just give it up and just try and push the lanes where they can.
Well, it will take a long time for MVP to actually get enough gems for a turn-in. So instead of going for that, instead of just kind of sitting there pushing the lanes while there's defensive DK, they are going to go for the boss. And DK has not responded to this yet. They expected a turn-in. And with level 20 and all the damage on this team, especially with Nexus Frenzy and the heroic of Rainer coming down, there's no way they can rotate up to stop this. Way too slow is Noblesse, and this boss is now going to push the top, and this may mean top keep will go down for DK.
Oh, look at this. You know, they're going to get that hand in after all, so at least some of the other 2 lanes will be pushed, and maybe the boss will take a little bit of extra damage from that Web Weaver. So not the end of the world. Nice counterplay from DK. I think it's the kind of the best situation they had going for them.
I think you're right, especially because they have such a large pool of gems that they can get another tournament after this, because they are absolutely going to need these web weavers to defend this massive MVP Black push.
Yeah, they're going to be losing this keep for sure, and they're going to be so careful. Yeah, they have to be careful of their core more than anything else here. And look at this. They're moving forwards. They're looking to end this now.
Oh, they want it. Kyocha all shall burn on the core. He does get blocked here by Noblesse. A Howling Blast is dodged as well as that entangling roots. And MVP Black needs to be careful of extending this far forward.
Yeah.
The web weavers will defend this, and they're going to have to back off, which will give level 20 to DK.
It was a bold move. It was definitely going to force DK back. I don't think they ever had a chance of actually destroying the core. And with this, we're going to see DK even things out, at least in terms of talents. They're still going to be down an entire level, but it won't really make as much of a difference from this point onwards.
Sure. One of the big problems for DK is they've lost 2 keeps, and the mid keep isn't going to stay alive much longer if another fight happens like this. Okay, Noblesse goes for the engage. He just runs in. There's a Blessed Shield on multiple heroes. Kyocha gets very low. Storm Shield helps keep him alive. Vala doing a ton of damage, and down goes Azmodan. Noblesse, again, the MVP here when it comes to peeling and starting these engages.
So much damage and not no Divine Shield during that fight. I think he was like waiting for the last second to save Azmodan, but it just never came. And a huge blunder there.
Now DK may be able to get this keep. This is a very tense moment for MVP because 42 more seconds left until Azmodan can come up, and this means a lot of push power. And they were winning this game. They almost had it in their hands. And if they make any more big mistakes like this, DK could take it back and take that 3rd win. They're going to get another turn in here. They have 83 gems. Everyone's turning in.
They cannot afford to lose this game, not at this point. Then they'd have to win 4 in a row, and doing that in Heroes of the Storm is unheard of, especially against someone like DK playing so damn good today.
We almost never see in any esport a 3-0 deficit and a team get the reverse sweep. It just does not happen. And look at this, even stealing the bruisers that MVP Black were going for as they saw that was on the map.
Oh, they got to be careful. They're fighting right before Azmodan is back as well.
Azmodan up now. The web weavers are so far pushed here in the mid. They're certainly going to go for a keep here. And look at this, Noblesse goes for the first condemn. Where's the second one? He's waiting. Howling Blast only hits Leoric.
The one hero you do not want to be hitting. They've got to be so careful of the Global Annihilations from Kyocha. They're going to be doing so much damage. Noblesse going in deep.
Yeah, very, very deep. He has Indestructible.
Still.
There it gets popped.
Popped very early on here. Lockdown also getting pretty low down the south.
Oh, the snipe there from Azmodan. Oh, man, what a snipe.
Beautiful snipe there. And now they're going to be running for their lives. Nice jukes there, but Crazy Moving have to be so careful. There's no real way they can turn this around.
If Lockdown grabs anybody, this is going to be a big problem, especially with Raiders out here. SC is up at the front. We do see Tranquility is popping a multiple stun here.
Lockdown getting out of there, and SC in a bad place still. It's 4v5. Can they actually
just back off?
March of the Black King doing a lot as well. They're trying to escape, trying to do what they can here.
Oh man, SC gets stunned again. He's gonna have to Howling Blast to save himself perhaps here.
Oh, nice splits there as well.
Good split there. Everyone was so low on mana as well. You know, Bala had none.
They managed to turn it around a lot and actually do some impressive damage despite being down a hero, down their main tank. Very, very close. I mean, if they lost 1 or 2 more heroes, it would have just been their core going down. But instead, looks like MVP Black have to turn around, heal up, and get ready for another team fight.
You cannot believe Johanna was sniped by Kyocha. Noblesse just didn't see that one coming, man.
No way.
What a smart play.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing. And it's what we've been expecting all game long as well. It just, the damage in the late game with that spell gets out of hand.
All right, they're going to go for a turn in here. 63 gems, not enough. I think this is a risk that they don't need to take right now. Oh, Lockdown is being so aggressive. We've seen Lockdown stuns have been really, really important in these disengages as Avatar as well to kind of slow down the chases.
Yep. Look at this. Bruise is also pushing the middle once again. So DK going to have the kind of like the push with them. Not really have to sacrifice too much. He's got to be careful of those globes. So we did see Sniper take a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, those globes are so damaging. He's probably nearly maxed at this point if he's not already maxed it out in those stacks. We're getting now into nearly 25 minutes into this 3rd game.
This must be the longest game so far. It's really going the distance, so back and forth, so close still.
One lost team fight, one way or the other, will decide this game, so they really need to be careful.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh man, Noblesse condemning into the maw. Raiders comes out, Noblesse is trying to kite back. His Indestructible is still up, I believe.
Yep, for now it still is, and they're trading out pretty well. Oh, very low Noblesse.
Doesn't pop his indestructible though, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's probably most definitely it. He has to keep that for the big team fight.
They're trying to grab this turn in here. They have enough gems this time. Okay, Sniper taking way too much damage on Noblesse, trying to save him. Big Storm Shield here. They're actually going to go for the fight. Tranquility comes up as well. Lockdown just taking so much. And look at how much damage Sake does from the back lines.
Still trading it out here. Still looking for someone. No one actually going down yet. It looked like Lockdown was the closest to going down, but he just got so much healing behind him. Not to mention that Divine Shield just waiting to save his life.
March of the Black King is still available. Sign might go for it here.
Sniper getting very low, but blinks out.
Oh man, such a close fight here, both ways.
So back and forth. No one really finding the proper lockdown to guarantee a kill. This could be it though. Sniper doesn't have an escape this time.
No, he does not. Noblesse trying to save him. It's not going to happen. He gets burst down by Azmodan. Down goes Jaehyun as well. This could be the game-winning fight. Lockdown is going in here. Divine Shield on him as well. And Crazy moving on the retreat. If he gets stunned one more time, that is lights out. Howling Blast misses as well. Crazy moving survives.
That damage, absolutely insane.
Can he get sniped here by Kyocha's next globe? Looks like he's just out of range.
Yeah, just out of range or just cooldown still.
But I think they're just going to core here. In fact, they're going to ignore the keep, and I don't think there's any way they can stop this much damage with Nexus Frenzy, as well as, of course, All Shall Burn.
Just way too much here, and it's certainly going to go down this time.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop it.
They're going to find their way back into this game.
Down goes Crazy moving here. Incredible plays by Kyocha, really the playmaker in this third game.
They're going to be doing a little bit of a ceremony to get some payback as that core goes down. GG. Nicely done.
All right, that was a great finish here for